the lost underwater port of Asini, Greece's sunken Hellenistic harbor. Close your eyes and picture an ancient Greek harbor, alive with merchants bartering amphorae of olive oil and wine beneath the midday sun. Wooden ships heave at stone quays. Sailors unload crates of fine ceramics, and the clamor of tongues from across the Mediterranean echoes off whitewashed walls. Now imagine all of that swallowed by the sea, lost for 2 millennia. Until one spring day in 2025, when modern explorers rediscovered the sunken port of Asini, Greece. Nestled on the eastern shore of the Peloponnese, just south of the modern resort town of Tolo, the ancient town of Asini thrived in the Hellenistic era. From roughly 300 BC to 100 AD, it sat at a strategic crossroads of seaborne trade. Its sheltered bay offered safe anchorage for vessels laden with olive oil pressed from Argolis groves, amphorae of local wine, and wares imported from across the Aegean. Merchants from Rhodes, Corinth, and even distant cities like Miletus converged here, exchanging goods, news, and culture. Yet over centuries, tectonic shifts and gradual sea level rise conspired to drag Asini's quays beneath the waves. Earthquakes, common along Greece's seismic fault lines, reshaped coastlines overnight. What was once a bustling harbor became an undersea ruin, its stone piers and warehouses entombed beneath thick layers of sediment. Local fishermen whispered of strange rock formations offshore. Classical texts hinted at submerged cities. But without modern technology, those legends remained unverified. That all changed in October 2024, when an international team assembled under Greece's ephorate of underwater antiquities joined forces with the Swedish Institute at Athens, Stockholm University, the University of Gothenburg, and the Nordic Maritime Group. Leading the expedition was Dr. Panagiota Galiatsatou of the Ephorate, alongside Swedish maritime archaeologists Professor Ann-Louise Schallin and Dr. Niklas Eriksson. Over 5 consecutive days, from October 7th through the 11th, divers meticulously mapped the seabed using 360-degree and photogrammetry rigs and high-resolution sub-bottom sonar. Their mission, to confirm whether Asini's long-rumored harbor lay intact beneath the surface. Initial sonar scans revealed linear stone features too regular to be natural. Underwater drones captured the first tantalizing images. Rectangular blocks forming what appeared to be a quay wall, and parallel rows of perpendicular piers extending into the murky depths. Excitement rippled through the team. They were peering into a time capsule preserved by an oxygen-poor seabed. Over the next days, divers documented multiple sectors of the site. In Sector 1A, they recorded an artificial headland, likely the central breakwater measuring some 40 meters long. Adjacent in Sector 2B, square cut stones, each weighing over half a ton, lay in tight courses with mortars still clinging between them. These formed the quay where merchant vessels once tied up to unload cargo. Perhaps most captivating were the pottery fragments scattered across the seabed. Amphora staves, those vertical strips of clay once bound around amphora bodies, lay embedded in hardened mortar, proof that jars were offloaded directly onto stone platforms. In deeper Sector 4A, divers uncovered hull remnants of a broken trading vessel, its keel ribs preserved in near-original position. Radiocarbon analysis of wood splinters later dated the wreck to around 150 BC. Placing it squarely in Asini's heyday. Each evening, the team converged on deck to stitch together 3D models from photogrammetric images. The result was a stunning digital reconstruction, a virtual harbor with piers fanning out like spokes on a wheel. Warehouses lining the waterfront and shallow slipways where small boats might have rowed goods ashore. These digital twins not only aid scholarly study but open a world where anyone, student, scholar, or armchair historian, can dive beneath the surface without scuba gear. But why did Asini vanish? Two theories dominate the debate. Some experts, citing classical accounts of tremors in the Argolic Gulf, argue that a catastrophic earthquake triggered sudden subsidence. A single violent quake could have shattered harbor walls and allowed seawater to rush in, burying structures under sediment and deterring resettlement. Others point to economic decline. As Rome's influence spread across the eastern Mediterranean in the late Hellenistic period, trade routes shifted. Ports like Corinth and Piraeus, closer to burgeoning Roman markets, eclipsed smaller hubs like Asini. With diminishing traffic, there may have been little incentive or resources to rebuild after seismic damage. On-site evidence supports both scenarios. The alignment of broken masonry, fractured cleanly at joint planes, suggests seismic fracturing. Yet the absence of later period coins or imported wares beyond the mid-2nd century BC hints at a gradual fade in commerce. Upcoming artifact analyses, especially of coin hoards and fine wares, may soon tip the scales in favor of one theory. As the archaeological season concluded, focus shifted to conservation. Exposed masonry, once revealed, is vulnerable to trawler nets and anchor drags. The team deployed protective reef balls, engineered concrete modules around key sections, creating buffer zones to deflect fishing gear. Plans are underway to install permanent marker buoys, alerting mariners to the heritage site below. Back in Nafplio's Archaeological Museum, amphora fragments, wooden hull samples, and high-resolution site maps await display in a dedicated Asini exhibition. The story of Asini underscores a profound truth. History often lies hidden in plain sight, or in this case, just below the waves. What was once thought a myth has become tangible evidence of human ingenuity, maritime commerce, and the impermanence of civilizations. As technology advances, so does our ability to peel back the layers of time, revealing chapters of our shared past that were once forever lost. So the next time you gaze out across a calm sea, remember Asini. Beneath that serene surface may lie the remains of temples, marketplaces, and the echoes of sailors long gone. And as long as curious minds and determined explorers endure, no story will stay submerged forever. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Greece's sunken harbor, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss our future explorations of lost worlds. Share your theories in the comments below. Did earthquake or economic decline sink Asini? Give this video a thumbs up and join our community of history enthusiasts as we continue to uncover the secrets buried beneath our planet's surface.